Hey, so it's another day, and I'm believing, I'm trusting God. I heard from my team leader, from my quarterback, that all they wanted was my address. So, like, you know what? Just get it at your house. I'm not doing it. No, it's just I. Finished all the little black pavement portions. I painted all the white. I got the shower room all painted. I watched a lot of 1940s and 50s office management, emotional health, family matters. It's very comforting. The world 70 years ago had a lot more etiquette, a lot more courtesy, a lot more planning. I worked for Walt Disney years ago, and they said, put a smile in your voice. Well, they got that from this telephone etiquette show that I just observed. I just watched the whole show on telephone etiquette. And one of the points was, put a smile in your voice. Because when people call up, they're going to have a picture of you. Hello. Then they're going to be like, wow, that guy's a grumpster, you know. And it was really, really nice. And then talked about, Casa del Green, Mr. Bob. That'd be the right way for me to answer. I don't do that normally. Normally, hello. I guess that's really not the right way to do it. But of course, in this day and age, I don't necessarily want to get every call. I've got people calling me up, and they want to sell you something, and I don't want to buy. So I don't want to give them any information. They just had a whole story about Uber and how the Uber. It was not Chris Hansen, but one of those guys at NBC was there, and he was waiting outside a restaurant in LA, and and they'd go up and they'd go, "Hi, I'm Susie," and they go, "Oh, okay, Susie, let's go," and they said, "Don't do that. Do not under any circumstances, don't give the Uber person your name." Now I'm going to be like the half and half here. How's it going, Kamasabi? So. The thing is, he said, don't give your name. In fact, don't get in the car, the Uber car, until you make sure that, maybe I'll do this. Let me see if I can do this way. Let's see if this will work. So they said, don't get in the car until you compare the license plate. Make sure that the license plate is the same license plate that is on the Uber that you reserved. And then they said, don't give your name. Have the person say, and who are you picking up? And have the guy say the name of who he's picking up. If he doesn't know your name, then that's another red flag. So, interesting news there. So, etiquette, one of the things is, they kept saying over and over, well, you want to use to best advantage. You want to use to best advantage your toaster. To best advantage. It's like, wow, I don't remember the word advantage being used very much. Advantage. Do you ever use that word advantage? Back in the 40s and 50s, it was the big word. Also, Bill and Bob were very important. Bill, Bob, Jean, Mary, Betty, all those names were absolutely just the bomb. Everybody was named Bob. There was always a Bob every story. Hey, Bob. So I really am a throwback to the era of the. And it's funny because I never learned a lot of these things. I mean. It's really encouraging. You think, well, gosh, why would you need to have this information? Don't you? I talked to one of my senior people, someone that's my age or a little older, and they said, well, didn't you learn all that? Didn't your folks teach you that? What are you doing? What are you so excited about? Everybody knows that. It's common sense. I'm like, no, it isn't. Well, you seem to be getting along, you seem to be okay. So I am a nice guy, and I'm a very nice guy, and I do present very nicely, and I do smile, and I do shake hands well. I'm a good glad hander, and I'm very encouraging. But the point is that I never got any specific training. I talked about how it was about manners and eating manners, and I said, I mess up a lot of times. I mess up. I make mistakes, and it's just like, really? It's crazy. Because my parents, they never taught me. They never instructed me on, and the only example I had was knives being thrown and a lot of yelling and screaming and ice and Pepsi and belts and whips, and it makes it sound like my parents were pretty rotten. Well, they weren't all rotten. I mean, we had Christmas, but my lands, there was an awful lot of times where it was just like, and I certainly did not have the mindset to pick up on facts, pick up on, we never had any etiquette lesson. They never said, and now Junior, when you get your napkin, put it on your lap, and I never had any of that. I learned it from staffing. A lot of the manners and etiquette I learned from staffing. I used to do Oscars, the Emmys, to studios. I'd be a server. And so I would learn from that. But that was sort of hit and miss as well. So I didn't. So this is really nice to have the YouTube on and to be listening to folks from these are actually films from 1940. I think I heard Mike Wallace talking about study habits and card files and circulars and who's who and looking at how to do it. It's like, wow. It's interesting too, because a lot of these things are like, nobody knows how to use a card file now. And then the office secretaries with their telephones and answering the phone. There was no, and everyone's typing and typing, and it's like, really? Wow. Pretty groovy, pretty cool stuff there. One of our quarterbacks, the father passed away, and I learned that another quarterback. We have several quarterbacks in our team, but both quarterbacks, their parent had died, their father had died. Just like shocked to hear that. I'm so sad to hear that. It's like, no, tell me it ain't so, Mom. That's so sad that the fathers are dying. So I wrote a real nice note, and I also read about my first wife. Her dad passed away March 11th, and I was like, his famous cheer was, "Here's to us, who's like us, darn few." Yeah. He wasn't drunk. He would just say, that was his toast. Here's to us, who's like us, darn few. He'd say, damn few. He would say, I remember one time his oldest son asked a question, said, "Gee, Dad, how do I get here?" And so the dad explained the whole thing and went over the whole 9 yards, how he would do it, the whole thing. And then the boy said, "Well, And the dad said, "Don't you ever ask me again about the how to do something, because I'm done. You asked me and you're going to do it differently." Oh, wow. Alrighty, let's see how we're doing here. I gotta go up. Oh, it's sure bright right now. The sun is like spanking bright. It's like crazy bright. I'm glad I didn't have to use my navigation program today. I got off at Moore Park, go up to Hillcrest, bada bing, bada boom, and I called ahead of time. To make sure that the folks are going to be there. They're open till 7, so I'm going to make it because I have to. It's in my bed. I got this big box on top of my bed full of dishes, and I don't want to carry it around. I got to get to sleep. Why don't you put it in the back? Just set it in the back. Just put it in the back. Listen, there's no room in the back. Well, just set it next to you. There's no room there. This is a space capsule. I've got everything sealed in here. It's a tiny house. I've only got so many square feet. And I want to get to sleep tonight. This morning I did not want to get up. I did not want to get up. No way. No way, Jose. I did not want to get out of my bed. I was so tired. Because, you know, 6 a.m. gets here quick. And then she wants me there by 7. I'm just like, can't see a thing here. I'm hoping that I can see the green light on the arrow. It's a little green arrow. It's a little tiny thin line. I can see the green light, but the little green, I can see the red. So as soon as the red goes away, I guess it'll be green. I got to get there before 7. I got 9 minutes. Nordstrom's right over there. I went to the Nordstrom's. It's not right over here, but it's down the street and over. So. That's a good idea. Even if you don't believe it, just say it. It's going to be a good day. Be right back. Talk to you soon. 213-713-8954.